Really, 2 against 1. Oh, is that where the captain's gonna? Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Bleach, 1000 Year Blood War, episode 4, Kill the Shadow. And the last episode, the Stern Ritter and the Quincy King, they've invaded Soul Society while Ichigo is facing that one dude over there. So yeah, that's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys have my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting my Patreon at patreon.com/feelmini. And now let's start this episode, and here we go. Yo people, these Quincy's just invaded Soul Society, just killing people up. You know, last episode when they invaded and then it felt like they cut off Kira's arm and everything, and then I'm like, okay, it just looks like his arm is off and everything, so he must still be alive, right? And then the research development or whatever, they just kept rounding off all these people whose Reishi has vanished and everything, and Kira is like among them, and then they're like, all these people are dead. So I'm like, so what? So Kira is dead? I liked him. I was so happy to see Byakuya and Hisugaya back and everything, because you know Hisugaya, he was, when I first watched Bleach, Hisugaya was like my favorite captain and everything. So, and then I'm like, I don't know if it was because he's so young, he has white hair, and he's strong, and he just reminds me of Killua. I don't know if it's because of that, but he was like my favorite. And then when I rewatched it, Bleach, recently, I don't know, he was still among my favorites, but I don't know if he's my favorite. Now I love a whole bunch of captains. Byakuya as well, you know, at the beginning he was just like, ugh. But after that, when him and Ichigo sort of became friends or friendly, I guess, I don't know, I came to love him. So when after the intro happened, and then you know how they showed there's a little bit a scene of the episode, something that's gonna happen in the episode later, and then I saw him like, he's gonna be here. And it wasn't until when Renji showed up and was defending that one Soul Reaper against that one Stern Ritter, and then another Stern Ritter show up, then I was like, ooh, he must be coming. And then he came. And I don't know, but I feel like his Bankai, his Senbon Zakura is like something that's like, I might forget everybody else's weapon's name or Bankai, but his I never forget. I don't know why. Senbon Zakura. Maybe it's just the way he says it or something, but I don't know. It's like stuck in my mind. So when he went Bankai in his eyes, I was like, Senbon Zakura Kageyoshi. Oh. I'm so happy to see him. And he was about to unleash the Bankai, okay? And then Renji told him, don't do that because they can steal your Bankai. And then he's like, if they steal it, then you can use yours to defeat him. I'm like, how does that even make sense? You guys are under the impression that these people can, oh no, steal away. I said steal. That you guys are under the impression that these people can seal your Bankai. And then you're like, okay, if they seal my Bankai, then you can use yours. They can seal his too. That did not make any kind of sense at all. You know? And then while they were fighting, you had Mayuri over there just doing some kind of research, and he's like, these guys aren't sealing the Bankai. And I'm like, okay, if they're not sealing it, then what are they doing? And it turns out that they're stealing it. And they stole, I feel so bad for Hitsugaya when he was like Hyorimaru, they're trying to call out to him, but he can't really hear or whatever. I was about to mention, but while he was doing that, talking to his sword and everything. When I was trying to rewatch Bleach, I was skipping all the fillers, and then there was a filler in particular, like a filler arc or whatever, that dealt with the like the Soul Reapers facing their web, the Zanpakuto and everything, like their like a live version of their Zanpakuto or whatever. So I'm like, oh, that looks cool. So I wanted to, after I finished rewatching Bleach, I was like, I'm gonna go back and watch that because that looks cool. But I never went back to watch it, and it wasn't until I was seeing him trying to talk to his Zanpakuto, trying to reach him, that I'm like, nah, it's not there, that I remembered that one arc. So yeah, I felt so bad when he was trying to call out to Hyorimaru and then he wasn't hearing anything. And then he told Matsumoto to tell everybody that they weren't actually sealing. Yeah, they weren't sealing it, they were stealing it. And while they were stealing this Bankai, I'm here thinking, okay, so why couldn't that guy steal Ichigo's Bankai? And that is the reason why they didn't want him. They were trying to keep him away from Soul Society and everything. So while he was facing this dude, and then the king is like, okay, then we're gonna take that opportunity to invade the Soul Society. I'm like, why? Why is so important? I know Ichigo is like the main character and everything, but why is his Bankai not stealable? I guess. And then I'm like, okay, Ichigo is like, he's part hollow, he's part what's it called? Soul Reaper, hollow, Soul Reaper, and what else? I feel like it's 3 things. Let me see. Is that it? What am I thinking that it's 3 things? That he's 3 things combined. I don't know, but I can't say. It just seems like I can just rattle off 2 things. Like his part hollow and his part Soul Reaper. I don't know. But is he part something else as well? I'm like, is he part Quincy? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out why his Bankai is not stealable. Like it can be stolen. I don't know. So everybody was getting, decimated and everything. And then you have all those captains trying to stop them. And then the Stern Ritter, their names, they kept writing off these letters. Stern Ritter U, Stern Ritter E, Stern Ritter F. I'm like, okay, I feel like those letters should spell something out, right? I don't know. But they were facing them and everything, and it wasn't looking good. And then that one lieutenant from, was it a lieutenant? Is that the lieutenant? Because isn't Mayuri's lieutenant that girl? I don't know. But that one dude was like, contact Ichigo. And he was calling Ichigo, but then Kisuke picked up. And he's like, Ichigo is in the middle of fighting somebody who's trying to steal his Bankai. And then he asked, okay, how are things going over there? And they told him. And then while Ichigo was facing this dude, and then he's like, the dude was trying to seal his Bankai, and then he's like, why isn't this working and everything? And then that's when Ichigo asked him if they were afraid of their Bankai. Is that the reason they're afraid of it? If they weren't afraid of it, why would they be sealing it? I don't know. But that's how Kisuke was able to pierce the dude and then tell Ichigo. He opened the Garganta, I think that's what it's called. And then he was going through there to try to reach Soul Society. And Kisuke thought he defeated the dude, and then the garganta started like sort of like closing, and then there's like an arrow or something that pierced through Kisuke. You see like a part of Chado like body being sort of like ripped off and stuff. And then I saw that, and then I'm looking at Orihime, just trying to see how much she's hurt and everything. But then it seems like she's just like sort of like bruised or something or other, and then passed out. So once she wakes up, she can heal Chad and Kisuke and whatnot. But this dude was able to, when he launched his attack and everything, and then Kisuke turned around and he called it something Ranso Tengai. I don't have no clue what that is, but that guy used the Ranso Tengai and whatnot, and then he stopped Ichigo. He closed the Garganta, and then he like enclosed Ichigo in this sphere that he's saying Ichigo's not gonna get out of it or something or other like that. So I'm like, while Ichigo was making his way there was this one person that was amidst all these people, and he's like, okay, if Ichigo gets here, he's gonna be able to stop this. He's gonna help or something or like that. So I feel like we should know that person, right? And if we know that person, the only person that he reminds me of was when the game was infiltrating the Serete, and they were trying to save Rukia from being, killed and everything. There was that one Soul Reaper that was, I think, Captain Unohana, is that her name? Like the healing squad, that was among them, was helping them and everything. He's the person that he reminds me of, though I can't be too sure of it. I'm assuming it is, because right now I can't think of anybody else. Yeah, and then I was talking about like the intros. It was when I was talking about this one person, when they were trying to get into society and everything to save Rukia, that I remember that I was mentioning the intro, the one intro that's like stuck in my mind when I think of Bleach. I think it's the second one. Let me see. It's either the second or the third. Let me see. It is the second. Yeah, that's the one that's like always like stuck in my mind. So I guess that's my favorite. But yeah, I'm not used to this new intro as of yet. Hopefully I will. I mean, it's okay, but it's not like what else happened this episode? Let me see. Want me to run through you. Oh, Kenpachi. Oh yeah, I was thinking too. These people, they see the way your bankai, right? And Kenpachi doesn't have a bankai, unless he was able in the meantime while you haven't been with Bleach. He didn't really used to care about his sword like that, and he didn't used to talk to his sword. And I think it was after his battle with Ichigo that he was trying to reach out to his Zanpakuto, but his Zanpakuto wasn't really listening to him or anything like that. So I don't know if he's reached a bankai, like if he has a bankai, because he doesn't have a bankai from what I've seen from Bleach so far. He does not have a bankai, so he should be fine, and he's super strong. So but everybody else, they are in danger, man, of losing their bankai. But how are you supposed to defeat these people? That's why Miyuri is the one that needs to come up with something. But then they said that once he has all the information or whatnot, that he can come up with a solution in like a day. And I'm like, do you guys even have a day? Because the way things are going right now, it doesn't look like it. Now Ichigo is stuck over there. We can't use your bankai because they'll steal it. So it's like, I don't know. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. So thank you guys for watching. And if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. And if you want to see my reaction to episode 5, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/Philomini. And you can also see the full length for this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. C'était qui a commencé, celui qui fait mal à toutes mes ennemis.